played with Jackson one game. I don't think either of those are him. I think that's wrong.
Starting your net for your Junior Stars JV team tonight is number 40, Aiden Fisher, as Sam Rose gets ready to take this opening face-off. Puck is won back by Lincoln over to Donner. Donner rekindles and puts it up to Paul King, who dumps it into the zone. Stopped by Endelman. Puck squirts free, jumped down by Donner, shoots it over the net. Chipped out by Mason City, carries it through neutral, over to the blue line. Sticked away by Donner and chased down. Throws into the center, picked up by Paul King. Chips that up over to Sam Rose, who crosses red. We'll get past the blue and over, down into the corner. Fights for the puck down behind the net, picked up by Mason City. Wheels up the wall and throws into center, picked up by Donner, over to his D partner, Quevedo. Pass just goes by Paul King's stick and dumped in by Mason City. Glove down by Britton Donner, chipped up the wall. Icing is called and will be to the glove side of Mason City's netminder. Lincoln JV is coming off of a 5-1 win against Sioux City last night. Hoping to repeat here today. Faceoff is won over to Clausen. Puck gets back into the neutral zone. Broadfoot over to Clausen, gets the red, chips up ahead and gets 200. Mason City will throw it back up the boards. Clausen will try to keep in, but Mason City will bring it into the neutral zone and go for a little chip. Icing is called off as Evan Clausen will stop behind the net and throw it back around for Broadfoot. Cooper Willis skates with the puck and puts it 200. Giving chase is Brown. Brown throws it in front just past Cooper Peary's stick. Mason City will chip it up and get it past. Icing is called for but played. Broadfoot stretches it to Cooper. Over to Brown. Brown down to the circle, shot, and low blocker score. Cole Brown puts the Stars up 1 early. 12:59 left in the game. Landon Bliss now to take the face off. Picked up by Leo Miller. Leo crosses the med. Now the blue. Puck leaks into the neutral zone. Crosses. Dumps the puck in behind the net. Mason City goes to pick it up. Tries to chip it up the boards. Goal scored by Cole Brown, assisted by Cooper Peary. Puck works up and just into the neutral zone. Donner has it, giving chases Mason City. Picked up by Bliss. Throws to the neutral zone, goes weak side for Leo, can't quite control it. Mason City's now has a 2-on-1 break. Wide. Shot. Wide of the net. Back up to Mason City's defense. Dumped back in. Picked up in the slot. Cleared by Lincoln. Chipped up the wall and out into the neutral zone. Mason City moves the puck wide. Shot. Glove down by Fisher, and he will hold for a face-off. Out there to take the face-off for Lincoln is Riker Noden. Mason City wins it, moves it up high, down low. Jacob Broadfoot there to pick it up. Lincoln moves the puck wide. Crosses into Mason City's defensive zone. Hits the brakes into the corner. Riker moves it up. Over to Trevor Broadfoot. Shot just wide. Picked up in the corner by Lincoln. Tries to go up, picked off by Sioux City. Mason City as they go into the neutral zone. Stepped up is Broadfoot. He moves in below the goal line, throws in front, sticked away by Mason City, but picks it up again. Broadfoot wheeling around the circle as he goes back low. Riker Noden will move it up to the point as Queveto's shot and just wide. Broadfoot will pick up the puck again. Moves it over to his D partner Quevedo as that hops over his stick. As Broadfoot puts the puck back low, Noden gives chase. Picks off, throws it over for Broadfoot in front, but Mason City got a stick on it. Mason City will cross the red and dump it into the zone as Quevedo gives chase. Reverses it over for Broadfoot. Stretch pass and into the neutral zone as Noden will carry it. Stepped up. Good body laid there. Mason City will move the puck wide and look to get the puck deep. They'll go wide. Shoulder save by Fisher. King will move the puck up to Rose as Rose gets the puck deep. Rose will throw it in front, open for someone to get it, but picked up by Clausen as he puts the puck back deep. King is there to retrieve as he moves it up. Picked off by Mason City. Mason City 1-on-2. Good stick there by Clausen. Noted navigating through traffic. Moves it up for Paul. Paul loses the puck but throws it deep. Picked up by Rose. Rose throws it out in front. No one there to pick it. And Mason City will be forced to throw it down the ice for a face-off to the blocker side of Mason City's netminder, Endelman. Lincoln has the puck in the corner. Moves over to Cooper Peary. Picked up again by Peary. Throws it over to front. Now working behind the net. Switching sides. Little chip off the wall to the D. Couldn't keep the zone as Mason City barely keeps on sides. Not able to get a shot off there. Breakout taken away by Mason City. Peary moves the puck up to Brown. Brown crosses the blue line and just decides to throw it deep. Brown, first one to be on the puck, moves it up the wall. Now decides he wants to go down with it, but loses the puck. Line held by Evan Clausen. Willis throws it in front, and that's blocked. Peary will now pick it up on the wall, move it up to Clausen. Clausen's going to walk the line. Decides to put it back deep. And that will be gloved by Endelman. Landon Bliss out to take the face-off for Lincoln now. Gets tied up and puck wins into the corner. Leo Miller gives chase, throws it in front, no one there. Quevedo will move the puck back down low. Miller moves the puck up high for Donner. Donner just decides to go low with it. Bliss pulls it, loses it into the middle. Tries to get the puck down low instead of a pass. Saved by Endelman. Puck goes to the corner. Puck moves high for Lincoln, couldn't keep the zone. Hurry for chase back. And Fisher will eat that one up. Bliss will take the face-off with Parker and Miller on his wing. Puck goes behind the net. Bliss gives chase. Throws the puck in the middle for Miller. Miller's going to get the red. And offsides is called. Noden out there to take the face off. Won by Noden, and Broadfoot will put that puck deep. Noden gives chase along with Nickel. Nickel wins the puck, throws it in front, off the backside of the net. Noden battling behind the net with help from Nickel. Squirts free, and Lincoln is able to keep the zone and forces Mason City just to dump it out. Puck will not reach for an icing, so we will hold behind the net. Chipped up, tries to drive into center, but it's taken away. Mason City moves the puck wide, but Broadfoot gets a stick on it. Mason City just has to send it down the ice, and we will get another icing. More than halfway through this first period, Lincoln leads Mason City Mohawks 1-0. Sam Rose is out there to take the draw, wins it up to Quevedo. Blown dead, and we'll have a redrop. Take two, Sam Rose sets up for the drop. Wins this one clean over to Quevedo. Quevedo will shoot off the mask of Endelman. Nickel bumps it up to Clausen. Off the skate over to Paul. Thrown just in front, but no one there. Nickel recovers. Over to Clausen. One-timer. Blocked by Mason City. They'll throw it to the wall and try to chip it out. Line held by Evan Clausen. But Nickel couldn't hold the line. Mason City will dump that puck in deep, and Quevedo is there to retrieve. He goes around the net, looking for options. Decides to go weak for King. Offsides called. Possible breakaway there for Sam Rose, but left the puck in the neutral zone. Cooper Peary sets up to take the neutral zone draw. Puck won by Mason City as they will go off the glass, but gloved down by Brown. Puck's thrown into the center. Cooper Peary holds it on the wall, throws it into the middle. Sticked away by Mason City. Puck is cycled down low, and again, but picked off by Mason City. Thrown into the front again. Nothing there. Brown battles for it into the corner, thrown up to the D. Quevedo over to Evan Clausen. Evan Clausen walks the line, shot, and eaten up by Endelman. Face-off will come to the glove side. Face-off won by Cooper Peary. Tries to go deep, but hits off a skate. Puck comes up to the D. Shot, and nearly gloved by Endelman, but decides to go just wide. Puck ends up in the corner. Tries to drive into the middle. Shot. Rebound comes loose out front. Back into the other corner. Chased by Peary. Puck moves up over to Donner. Donner decides to go for a shot. Blocker saved into the corner. Back up to the D again. Has to just punch at it. Puck squirts into the neutral zone, and line is kept. Driving into the center, pass, couldn't connect on the tape. And Endelman will get a cover with 4:37 left in the first period. Out there to take the draw now is Landon Bliss to the glove side of Endelman. Puck is dropped and won cleanly. up to the D where they will put it shot off the crossbar possibly. Puck will move up to the D. Couldn't hold the line. Mason City might have a breakaway chance here. Moves into the dot. Shot. Oh. And might have just squeaked under the pad of Fisher. We are tied here at 1 with 4:22 left to go in the first period of this JV hockey game. Goal is scored by Mason City number 12, Tanner Rulo. Mason City tries to float the puck out and finally does. Veered by the ref, but Lincoln does get the puck 200. Mason City is going to rim the puck around. Leo's going to pick it up, but met by a Mason City defender. Shot saved by Endelman. Broadfoot is going to hold that line. Try to put the puck on net. Puck squirts out to the middle. Leo Miller, shot. Saved by Endelman. Goes into the corner. Leo, little time here. Top of the circle. Walks in a little bit. Blocked. And Mason City tries to go off the boards, but Broadfoot keeps the line. Broadfoot over to his partner. And penalty. I think they're going to call a boarding on Landon Bliss. So Lincoln will go on its first penalty kill of the night with 3:33 left in the first period. Game tied at 1. Lincoln will send out Cooper Peary, Jamison Quevedo, along with Cole Brown and Britton Donner. Face-off won by Mason City as they go high. Defenseman falls down. Cooper tries to chip it out, doesn't quite get their shot. Sticked away by Fisher. Donner holds the puck down by the net, moves it over, and Brown will throw it down the ice. Peary's the first one to get there as he's going to eat it on the boards, try to kill the time out of this penalty. Mason City does eventually get it away from him as they move it over to the weak side, given chase by Peary. Puck now squirts down below the Mason City goal line. 1:20 left to go in this penalty kill. Good chase by Cole Brown. Mason City moves at D. Tries to do a stretch pass. Not enough for icing. As Cooper Peary with a little assist from Jamison Quevedo will get the puck 200. Mason City throws the puck right to Donner. Donner is going to skate through the neutral zone and just decide to put the puck deep with 50 seconds left. Mason City starts the breakout behind their own net. Moves the puck wide, tipped into the zone. Quevedo goes off the boards and not able to be held by Mason City. Ethan Nickel out there now. Throws it off the player's skate, gets a mini breakaway shot, saved by Endelman. Paul King surfs along the board. Tries to move the pass over to Nickel, but was intercepted. Paul now crosses the red line and dumps the puck in with a 10 seconds left in this Mason City power play. Mason City stretches, gets over the Lincoln blue line. Picked up by Britton Donner, who will rim it around the boards and out of play. Lincoln Stars successfully kill the first penalty of this game with 1:27 left to go in the first. Faceoff will come to the glove side of Fisher. Riker Nodern out there to take the draw, wins it over to Evan Clausen. He's going to rim it around the boards, over for Dixon. Picks it up off the wall, passes it over. Willis tried to move it over for Noden, couldn't connect. Puck goes out of play as Braden Thomas eats a hit. 1:11 left to go in the first period. 1-1 hockey game. Noden out there to take the face off at center ice. Won by Mason City, but picked up by Willis. Gives chase. Tries to throw it in front for Noden. Couldn't quite get there. Mason City will go high off the glass and icing to the blocker side of Endelman. Mason City wins the draw, tries to go off the boards. Puck held in by Evan Clausen. Willis moves the puck over. Shot right into the shin pads of Mason City. Evan Clausen giving chase to prevent the breakaway. Picks it up, moves over to the wall. Throws it up the wall. Mason City picks it off. Puck thrown, hits the outside of the cage and back into the corner. Puck thrown right into the slot. Clausen goes for the hit. Thomas picks it up, gets past the red line, throws it in. 20 seconds left in the first period. Mason City will go D to D and now rim it along the boards. Evan Clausen holds the line. Gets the puck taken away, and Mason City can have another defense. Aiden Fisher out to the top of the screen. Stop save! End of the first period, tied at 1. We have a delayed penalty coming up. Penalty will be on number 21, Braden Thomas, for the Junior Stars. So Lincoln will have to kill a second penalty of the night to start the second period. Your Junior Stars lead in the shot total with 10. Mason City short behind with 8. Before this game, the Mohawks sit in 12th place, while the Junior Stars sit in 2nd with 2 games in hand. Stars were stout out on the penalty kill. Peary, Willis, Quevedo, and Clausen are out there to start it. Mason City brings it into Lincoln zone and sent down the ice. Stopped by Mason City's net keeper, and they will hold it there. As they start their breakout, Peary will swing. Puck gets across the red, and Mason City will dump it into Lincoln zone. Evan Clausen will be the first one there. He will shoot it down, but line is able to be kept by Mason City. Peary now has the puck. 1:20 left, and he will flip it out of the zone. 1:15 left in the power play for Mason City. And icing will be called on the Mohawks. Peary and Willis will get a change for Noden and Dixon. 1:03 left in the power play for the Mohawks. Noden wins the puck over to the wall as they chip it up. Quevedo is able to hold the line and throw the puck down deep. Chase is given by Riker Noden as he kills a few more seconds off of the clock. Quevedo gets the puck at the line and decides to just throw it deep. Noden has the puck and decides to kill time here with 40 seconds left. Wheels the puck wide over to the wall, loses it in the corner as Mason City throws it up. Quevedo will take it and throw it back over to Clausen. Clausen, scanning over his options, throws it to his D partner Quevedo, who will go weak side to Dixon. Dixon will throw it down into the Mason City zone with 20 seconds left to start. Puck will get out of the zone as Riker gives chase. Riker on a breakaway at the top of the crease. Shot! Blocker save by Endelman. Keeps this game tied at 1 as the penalty expires. Broadfoot has the puck at the top of the zone, loses it. The Mohawks now cross the red line. Hit by Broadfoot. Mason City retrieves as they will circle back into their own zone and review their options. Puck is off Noden's stick and out of play. Face-off will be to the blocker side of Endelman. Peary's out there to take the face-off. Face-off is up to the D. Shot goes wide. Thrown in front. Peary couldn't quite hold on to it. He moves into the corner. Decides to throw it deep over for Cole Brown. Cole Brown giving chase, isn't able to give it. Broadfoot holds him up just enough for Donner to retrieve. Bumped over. Brown now enters the zone wide. Cuts in the middle. Pass is not able to quite connect. Brown now moves it low for Willis as Mason City flips it out of the zone. Donner on center tries to get over for Broadfoot. Eventually gets to him. He bumps it wide for Brown. Shot and a glove save by Endelman. Puck's up to Thomas. That's 8 as Mason City moves it down, and Cooper Willis. Aiden Fisher decides to mitigate risk and will have a face-off in Lincoln's defensive zone. Referee saying too late for a change, so Bliss will take the face off to the blocker side of Aiden Fisher. Thomas skates behind his own net, scans his options and decides to use his feet, chips it off a Mohawk player. Leo now with the puck. Mason City now moves wide. Throws the puck in front. Quevedo is there. He's going to decide to wheel it up the ice. Gets the red line and couldn't quite get it deep. Parker moves it over for Thomas. Not able to connect, so it will go 200 into Mason City zone. Jamison Quevedo gives chase, pops out in front. Sam Rose signs it over for Nickel. Couldn't quite connect. Puck goes low. Picked up by Nickel in the corner and continues to give chase. Tries to spin. Nickel with the puck again. Shot. And finishes his goal. Shot looked like it went low glove on Endelman. Got a piece but wasn't able to quite get enough. Lincoln leads 2-1 with 10:38 left in the period. Ethan Nickel goal with an impossible assist from Jamison Quevedo. Officials discussing something, but pretty sure this goal will stand. Mason City's bench boss seems to be having some words with official. Possible warnings given to each team for what? I don't know. Either way, it is 2-1 Lincoln Junior Stars. Faceoff cannot be won by Sam Rose. Mason City has a 2-on-2, moves the puck wide. Coughed up into Evan Clausen. He's going to spring it out, but intercepted. Paul King's going to have it now, and he's just going to float it into the neutral zone. Back over to Broadfoot. He goes over to his teammate, Evan Clausen. Back to Broadfoot. Sam Rose swings through the middle as Paul could not quite keep the shot, although kept in the zone. Paul King recovers the puck and tries to get into the zone. Decides just to dump it deep, given chase by Sam Rose. Rose pushes the puck behind the net. Mason City throws it around. Good keep by Broadfoot. Broadfoot over to Nickel. Mason City chips that puck out. Evan Clausen will give chase. He'll go off the wall over to Nickel. Nickel will swing into the middle. Was looking for Broadfoot, couldn't quite get full wood on it. Nickel looks weak for Paul King. Shot blocked by Evan Clausen. Mason City picks the puck up on the half wall. Broadfoot is able to swing it free as he is going to cross the red. Tries to make a move, but unsuccessful. Puck chipped. Cole Brown is just going to send it in. Brown leaves it for Broadfoot. Broadfoot puts it in the center for Willis. Willis tries to find Cooper Peary. Wasn't able to connect. Mason City is going to pick up behind their own net and skate it to the half wall. Brown will meet him there. Has the puck at the half wall, looking for options. Throws it in front for Willis. Couldn't quite connect. Cooper picks it up on the half wall. Slap shot by Broadfoot. Kicked away. Good stick lift by Broadfoot to negate the breakaway. Puck thrown over to Brown. He's got Cooper Peary at center. Peary beats him to the puck behind the net. Brown loses it in the corner though, and Mason City will come back, crossing the red and into Lincoln's territory. Cuts into the middle, loses the puck. Slap shot, blocked away. Peary tries to chip it off the wall, isn't quite able to get there. Now Thomas moves it wide, has a 3-on-1 shot. Over to Thomas, shot off the post. That's a digger. Donner. Mason City comes down on a possible 2-on-1, comes across the top. And Fisher will cover up. And Lincoln's not going to like that they hit their netminder, and neither does Fisher. Wouldn't be surprised if Guinadensals get called here. Fisher made the right move covering up there, but Mason City coming in a little too quick to be able to make the stop. And the referee is going to tee the Mason City up, so I believe Lincoln will have a power play. Cole Brown is in the box for your Junior Stars. Halfway through this game, the Junior Stars lead the Mason City Mohawks in the Shark department, 14-10. And the puck being brought down to Lincoln's offensive zone, signifying that we will be on the power play. It looks like Lincoln's first power play unit will consist of Rose, King, Broadfoot, Nickel, and Evan Clausen. And if the scoreboard stands to be true, it looks like Lincoln will be on a 4-minute power play. They can score as much as they want until it reaches 2 minutes. And with everything squared away, we are ready to resume play. Sam Rose to take the face-off, wins it over to Evan Clausen. Evan Clausen goes D-to-D over to Broadfoot. Broadfoot bumps it down to Nickel. Nickel's going to move it over to Evan Clausen. He's going to walk down, back over to Nickel. Passes it a little too far behind him, throws it in front. No one's ready for it. Sam Rose is going to curl, loses the puck in the corner. Follows it with no stick. Paul King is going to go and try and pick it up. He does. Curls, shot! And goes low glove to increase Lincoln's lead to 2. Even though the goal is scored, Lincoln will remain on the power play. It is now 3-1 Lincoln with 7:09 left to go in the second period. Goal scored by Paul King, assisted from Sam Rose. And the Junior Stars will have another opportunity to tally again. Evan Clausen isn't quite able to hit the middle of Sam Rose into the Mason City stick and fires it down the ice. Clausen will wheel and stop behind his own net before continuing. Moves over, has Rose on his left and Broadfoot on his right. Passes it up to Nickel. Nickel moves it wide to Paul. King throws it in front. Rebound out in center, but no one there. And the Junior Stars will have to go 200 feet again. Broadfoot evades the first defender before moving it over to Nickel. Nickel not quite able to corral the puck quick enough. Broadfoot back over to Clausen. Clausen carries it into the zone. Now King walks down to the top of the circle. Shot. Looks like it redirected a little bit. And Mason City will send that puck 200. Fisher gives it a little bump out for Broadfoot. As Lincoln's second unit comes onto the ice, Broadfoot throws that puck around for Peary. Peary has time in the corner. Puts it low. Off the board and not able to be corralled by Broadfoot. Mason City puts that puck low. Over to home sites. Decides to shoot it right into the stomach of Endelman. .40 seconds left on this Junior Stars power play. Noden, Peary, and Willis out there on offense for the Junior Stars. Thomas and Donner as your defensemen. Peary's going to win that puck over to Donner. He's going to backhand it over to the half wall. No one's quite there to get it. Peary fights for the puck. Thompson's going to step up, but it's chipped back. And Lincoln will have one more opportunity before the penalty expires. Peary beats the first defender, moves it over to Noden. Noden drives wide as Peary drives the front. Not able to connect. Thomas gives chase over to the wall. Little chip by to get a piece of the Mason City player. Noden moves the puck up the wall. As I don't know what's now it's even strength. Penalty expired, but Mason City refused to come out of the box. Peary's going to send the puck down low. No one there, so Mason City will pick up. Line held by Britton Donner as he's going to walk in. Moves the puck across the ice to Noden. Noden shots into shin pads. Drags through, moves down to Willis. Willis is going to move up to Thomas. Thomas is going to shot. Redirection goes strong side of the net. Willis goes for the one-timer. Picked up in the middle by Donner. Donner leaves it up top for Peary. Peary walks down to the top of the circle. Shot. And that will be 8 by Jocelyn Endelman. The Junior Stars lead the Mohawks 3-1 with 4:19 to go in the second. Shots are currently 18 for your Junior Stars and 11 for the Mohawks. Face-off is won into the Mason City corner. Puck is moved high. Able to get the puck down low. Bliss recovers. Leo has it now. Shot from the point. Gets about halfway there before sent into the corner. Puck is moved high for Quevedo now. That's into shin pads. Needs to hustle back to negate a breakaway and does so. Moves the puck over to Miller. Now we have a 2v2. Miller drives into the center. Blocked by Mason City. Thrown into the front. Good defensive play to negate the goal. Miller will try a wraparound. Puck leaks out into the front. Picked up by Mason City. They'll chip it off the boards. Bliss is there. He'll go off the wall looking for Miller. Miller. He'll pass it in for Parker. Parker's going to battle on the half wall before Mason City grabs and will rim it around. Quevedo's there. Shot. Blocker into the middle of the ice. Mason City desperate to get it out, and they do before Quevedo puts the puck back deep. Lincoln will tag up and get a change. Quevedo, little chip off the wall for King. Does it again while King batters on the wall. Now we have a mini 2-on-1. Nickel. Good shoulder save by Endelman. And Mason City has no choice to fire it down the ice, but it's on net. Lincoln's defense will bank it off the back wall. Picked up by Paul King. He's going to chip it off the wall. No one there. Mason City fires the puck wide. Puck goes high. Picked up by Paul King. Little chip to himself off the wall. Lost the puck. Mason City throws it right to Sam Rose. Sam Rose is going to try and beat him wide. Gets to about the dot. Shot. And a pad save by Endelman. Just a hair over 2 minutes left in the second period. Face-off is going to come to the blocker side of Endelman. Peary's line is back out there with Broadfoot and Clausen, the Kearney defenseman duo. As the refs get into position. Battle won by Lincoln. Puck comes into the corner. Mason City has no option. Throws it out, and we will have another face-off in the Mason City zone. Peary lines up. Throws that puck over to Willis. Shot blocked into the corner. Now Brown makes a move. Both being polite, didn't want to take the puck from each other. Kearney moves it over to Kearney. Shot, pad save, leaves in the slot. Puck still loose before covered up by Endelman. Face-off again will be to the blocker's side of Endelman. Lincoln hoping to tally one more before the end of the period. Peary lines up for the draw. Brown fights for it in the corner. Peary comes down for support. Broadfoot flips the puck up high, walks down the wall. Over to Brown. And icing will be signaled and called. Lincoln's forwards will go for a change. Replacing them is Miller, Bliss, and Isaac Parker. New defensemen will come on the ice in Darrell and Thomas. Battle for it over on the half wall before Parker throws into the middle. Leo's had his stick timed up, wasn't able to get it. Leo moves the puck high. Shot. And picked up by the glove of Endelman. .110 left in the second period. Mason City wins the faceoff and throws it off the glass. That puck will not get there for an icing. Chased down by Darrell. Darrell throws the puck. Mason City is not able to keep the zone, given chase by Leo Miller. Miller has the puck down in the corner, throws it in front, not able to connect. Bliss now moves the puck up high for Darrell. And puck is right at his feet. Thomas now goes backhand, gets it out of the zone. Mason City will have control over the blue line before Lincoln swats that out. And they will throw the puck 200 20 seconds left in the period. Parker moves it up for Riker. Now, shot. Just going wide. Move down to the corner now. Noden gives chase. Looking for options. 3 seconds left. Thomas now tries to put a shot on net. Leaves it out in front. And a good chance to end the period. Your Junior Stars lead the Mohawks 3-1. Current shots on goal. Your Lincoln Junior Stars double the Mohawks with 24 to the Mohawks 12. We will be right back after this intermission. And as we get back for our third and final period of JV action, shots are 24-12 in favor of the Junior Stars. Goal scorers include Ethan Nickel, Cole Brown, and Paul King. And Tanner Rulo holds the lone goal for the Mohawks. Lincoln hopes to finish this period off strong to continue to push their record to 2-0 on the weekend, defeating Sioux City last night 5-1. Jacob Broadfoot will move the puck out wide over to Ethan Nickel. He crosses the red line before coming into the blue, stealing away by the Mohawks. They'll take it out of their zone and give a nice pass over to Broadfoot. Broadfoot moves it up to King. King not able to pass to Sam Rose. That puck covered up. Blaine Dixon must have did something because he got coincidentals for unsportsmanlike conduct. Puck covered up by Endelman, so the face-off will come to her blocker side. Nickel, Rose, Paul, Broadfoot, and Clausen out there for the Junior Stars. Puck gets stuck at the feet and will come out into neutral ice. Clausen gives chase before chipping it ahead. Picked up by Mason City. They'll go D-to-D and off the boards. Stolen by Paul King. He's going to drive wide and give a little chip off the boards. Sam Rose starts to drive in. Shots 5-hole. Closed down by Endelman. More chaos will ensue in front before the puck goes into the corner. Mason City tries to flip it out of the zone. Line held in by Evan Clausen. Possession regained by Mason City before passing wide and picked up by Broadfoot. Broadfoot throws it to Paul King. Paul King chicks up to Sam Rose. Sam Rose shot goes wide of the net. Mason City will pick it up from there before taken away by Evan Clausen. Evan Clausen passes it wide. Paul King. Paul King shot off the blocker of Endelman and thrown wide by Sam Rose. Broadfoot steps to hold the line. Couldn't quite pull it back to himself. Mason City will cross the red line and dump it to make the Stars go 200. Plenty of time back there for Trevor Broadfoot. Over to his Kearney buddy Evan and up to Cooper Peary. It goes wide. Cole Brown now leaves it for Willis unintentionally and out of the zone. Britton Donner moves the puck over to Peary. Peary send it over to Quevedo. Quevedo goes cross ice over to Brown. Brown pulls it across, not able to bring the puck with him. Peary will just move it back to his defense. Goes weak side over to Brown. He'll chase it into the corner. Gonna try and drag it around the net before stopping. Scrum behind the net. Mason City has a choice of throwing it. Shot. And that will be ate up by Endelman with 12:25 left to go in the game. Lincoln will send out Parker, Bliss, Miller, as well as Daryl and Thomas on defense. Won cleanly by Lincoln. And Endelman saw that puck all the way. So we will go again from the blocker side of Endelman. This time not won so cleanly by the Junior Stars. Daryl will go D-to-D with his partner. Thomas bans on the puck before it comes out into center ice. Thomas, scanning his options, goes over to his D partner Daryl. Daryl throws into the middle of the ice. Moves the puck 200. Bliss gives chase to it, throwing up the wall. Miller picks it up. Tries to put a shot on net, but met stick on stick. That soft shot. 2-on-1 for Mason City. Goes wide. Fisher at the top of his crease. Shot. Tried to smother up. Great save by Fisher. Puck comes up to Mason City defense. They're just going to throw it low. Plenty of time for Daryl. He's going to move it up the wall. Leo will battle for it before throwing it into the middle. Not able to connect with Parker. Thomas now going to go off the glass. Barely gets out of the zone. Now Bliss is going to go wide with Parker with him. Brings it in through the middle. Shot. That's going to go high and left. Darrow not able to hold the line. Mason City is going to come in alone before Noden takes that away from him. Cross check a little high. No call on the play. But an icing will bring the puck back down to the Junior Stars zone. 10:57 left in the third period. Noden out there to take the draw for your Junior Stars. Both fan on it. Willis, though, is going to take it and put the puck 200. Noden's there first. Moves that puck over for Willis. Dropped his stick. Good job getting a piece of the body there. Broadfoot is going to move it back over for his Carney buddy in Clausen. He's going to go for the stretch pass, just able to get a piece of it. I believe Dixon now is going to throw that in front. Not quite able to connect. Broadfoot picks it up at the point. Tries to go D-to-D. Noden, though, throws it and just bumps over the top of the net. Clausen goes D-to-D to Broadfoot. That goes off his stick and into the netting. We'll have a face-off to the blocker side of Endelman once again. This period, Lincoln leads the shot count 4-1 and tallies another one there from the point. Paul King is going to pick it up on the mid wall before Mason City slaps at it, trying to get it out of the zone. Britton able to hold the line, though, before looking back door. That pass is broken up. Rose will pivot before trying to move the puck up, chasing after it and picks it up at the top of the circles. But enough pressure leaks the puck into the neutral zone. Now moved over for Paul King before him taking a shot. That's punched into the corner by Endelman. Mason City picks the puck up on the half wall, gets that out into center. Moves the puck wide. Good stick there by Fisher. Moves the puck wide. Nickel is giving chase. Icing is called off. Nickel hits the brakes, throwing out in front. Not ready for it. Mason City is going to go off the wall. Not enough for an icing. And that puck will get out of the zone. Paul King is going to pick it up and move it through center. Over to his buddy Ethan Nickel. Nickel is going to drive to the front of the net before losing. Mason City has numbers coming back. Good step by Donner to get a piece of the puck. Lincoln's going to chip that out and force Mason City to come in again. They'll cross the red line and get in with relative ease, dumping the puck 200. Quevedo will pick it up and scan over his options. Tries to find Miller in the center of the ice. Mason City stick, and offside's called there. Lincoln leads the shot department in the third period with a total of 6-1, totaling 30 for your Junior Stars and only 13 for the Mohawks. Bliss out there to take the face-off now in the neutral zone. Mason City wins that, tries to dump it deep off a body before now throwing it in 200. Darryl out there will go D-to-D with his partner Thomas. Now try and throw it into center. Doesn't quite get there, but puck still gets out. Thomas is now going to look over his options. Goes D-to-D over to Darryl. Darryl looks center. Able to connect with Parker. Lincoln gets over the line all right. Parker throws it over to Miller. Miller tries to backhand it on net. That's sticked away. Now Mason City is going to try and get a rush on their own. Thomas, though, throws the puck in deep. No icing. Bliss is there to give chase. Good pressure, leaves the puck in the corner. Bliss, shot blocked. Puck now moves below the goal line. Miller there. Tries to throw it in front, not enough mustard on it. Throws it up top. Darryl, shot. Not able to be gloved, so puck sits right in the middle. And Lincoln will go on its second power play of the day. Calling for holding, interference. You can flip a coin, you can pick. Opponent will be given to number 44 on Mason City, Caden Ames. And they're going to give him cross-checking, so with just under halfway left in this game, Lincoln will go on its second power play. Fury out there to take the draw. Lincoln so far is 50% on the power play in this game. Broadfoot shoots for a tip, not able to get it after deflected early. Puck moves back up to Broadfoot. He's going to bump it back down. Brown moves up to Broadfoot. Broadfoot's going to pass it over to Clausen. Clausen's going to go for a shot. That's sticked away into the corner. Fury moves it up to Clausen. Clausen gets it to Broadfoot. Back down to Brown. Moves it back up to Broadfoot. Over to Clausen again. Tries to find Brown. Too much pressure, and Mason City is going to give chase, but the puck will be too low to make it dangerous. Mason City will rim it around, though, to have a guy there. Has it on the mid-wall. Little kick back over, and Brown has it. 3-on-2 rush with Peary and Willis with him. He's going to move wide. He's patient with it. Puck pops out in front. Lincoln not able to capitalize. Broadfoot now is going to shoot, and rebound controlled by Endelman. Just a touch over halfway left in the power play and 6:15 in the third period of the game. Lincoln will put Rose, Nickel, and King out there with Donner and Quevedo on defense. Quevedo's going to throw that to the net. Puck is still loose. Moves below the goal line. Mason City will try to throw it out and successfully does, making the Junior Stars have to go 200. Donner going to give a nice pass over to Rose. Rose is going to enter through the middle of the zone. Gets down below the goal line, throws it in front, no one there. Paul, high slot, shot, and scores. Paul King scores a glove-handed goal, assisted from Ethan Nickel, going against the grain. Your Stars now lead 4-1 with 5:40 left in the third period. Correction, assist from Samson Rose. Paul King still the goal scorer, though. That line will stay out there. Lincoln now 2 for 3 on the power play. No high stick called there. Lincoln Stars now lead 13-1 in the shots department on this period, and a total of 38-13 in the game. Endelman will hold on to that one and doesn't like Paul being so close. Sampson will give a big hug and move Paul out of there. Darrell and Thomas on defense with Bliss, Miller, and Parker on offense. Darrell's going to hold it at the line before deciding to shoot and picks top left corner. Good layers by Parker and Miller there to create a good screen. Don't think Endelman saw it. Your Junior Stars now lead 5-1 with 5:20 left in the third period. That line will stay out there for the opening draw. Put deep by the Mohawks. Thomas is going to move the puck up the wall. Darrell is your goal scorer with Bliss getting the assist. Leo now keeps the puck into the neutral zone from going off sides. Thomas is going to move it over to Parker. He's going to kick it. Mason City now crossing the red line with speed before dumping it in. Thomas will be the first one there, looking to wheel it up with room. He's going to move it over to Parker, and Parker, seeing no other options, will be an icing. And Lincoln will go for a full change. Dixon, Donner, Willis, Quevedo, and I can't see the last one. Willis now moves the puck wide, leaves it over for Noden, but can't shoot the puck quick enough. Willis now has it in the corner and moves it up to Donner. Donner's going to wait, drag a defender in, and move it over to Quevedo. And Quevedo, it's not the stick, buddy, is going to rainbow in and picked off by Endelman. Noden to take the face off to the glove side of Endelman. Wins the puck to the wall and moves it up over to Quevedo. Quevedo shoots into a pair of skates and then moves the puck down low for Noden. Noden's going to look over his option, stop behind the net. Tries for a wraparound. Puck is still loose. Noden thinks the puck is in, but the whistle has already been blown. Although we saw last night during the varsity game, that doesn't mean anything. Face-off will come to the same side, the glove side of Endelman. Noden's still pleading his case. I don't think he's going to get this call, though. Official having a quick word with Endelman. If I had to guess, it'd be about covering the puck or the net. Mason City's going to have the puck low before rimming it down. Donner's going to go for a pinch and have a successful one. He's going to throw it down in front. And Riker will use his 60-degree to put that over the top of the net. He's going to curl top of the circles, try to get a shot off, but met with sticks. Willis now tries for a one-timer. Endelman must have got a piece of it. And out of panic, Mason City will throw it down the ice, and we will have a face-off in the offensive zone. Complete line change again. We'll have King, Samson Rose, Ethan Nickel, along with Daryl and Thomas out on defense. One to the wall and moved up to Thomas. Thomas is going to go for a shot. Clearly through. Enderman saw it the whole way there and face off from the same spot. Even up 4, Lincoln still has to work on the details, creating layers. 3:34 left in the first period. Up to Thomas again. He's going to try and backhand it to a partner, but instead it's going to lead to a breakaway. Fisher at the top of his crease, shot and blocker goal. Shot from the hash marks beat Fisher on the blocker side. I believe a goal from number 15, Jordan Endelman. Either way, the Stars still lead 5-2 with just over 3 minutes left in the third period. Mason City is going to try and get the puck out of the zone, but kept in by Evan Clausen. He'll bump it down to the half wall for Ethan Nickel. He'll move up and move it over to Broadfoot. Broadfoot trying to find a lane. No one in front, so seen clearly and caught clearly by Endelman. Faceoff will come to her blocker side. Three minutes left for the Stars. We have the Rose line with King and Ethan Nickel, along with the Kearney defenseman. Face off one to the corner. Paul not able to win the battle, so the puck will come up to the D, kept in by Broadfoot, and for a second time. King tries to throw it on net, just misses it. Puck will come into the neutral zone. Evan Clausen's going to chip it up the wall for Ethan Nickel. Nickel's going to do a little bump, driving in with Paul driving. Good shoulder save by Endelman. Puck's going to come up by Broadfoot, not able to keep it in. Evan Clausen's giving chase, trying to negate a breakaway. Does a good job of pushing the body and keeping and good use of the stick. Evan's now going to skate it. Retreat into his own zone, look over to his options. Pass it to his fellow Kearney native, who will wait behind the net as there is 2:10 left in the third period. Broadfoot's going to go for a stretch pass, jumps over Nickel's stick as he still gives chase. Puck comes out of the zone, so Lincoln will have to tag up. Dumped in by Rose, but kept in by Nickel. Puck is pushed into the neutral zone. Nickel now is going to enter through the middle. No hook on the call. Shot and score. Goal scored by number 23, Blaine Dixon. Assist from Ethan Nickel. Nickel did a good job bringing the guys in for an easy pass wide. Cole Brown, on the goal. Assisted by Nickel. Mason City will win that face-off below their goal line. Brown gets chased to it and covered up by Endelman after it's thrown into the slot. 1:39 left in the first period. Lincoln leads 6-2. Shots in the third period as follows: Mason City with 1 and Lincoln with 19. Mason City's gonna turn the puck over in the corner. Willis is gonna try and move it up to the top. He does. Corvedo's gonna bump it back to him. Not able to get the puck fully all the way back down, but Willis will give chase. moves it over to Donner. Donner's going to scan his options, move it over into the middle for Brown. Now Peary now tries to get it low, bouncing puck. Brown has it, moves into the corner, passes it over in front for Peary. Peary falls down. And Mason City is going to get it over the red and all the way down. No penalty called there. Willis is going to head check, look over his shoulder. Puck gets out of Lincoln's zone, but pushed back in by Mason City. Donner has plenty of time. Going to survey his options. Going weak over to Brown. Brown looking at the center. He's got Willis and Peary with him. He's going to drive wide, lose the puck into the corner, and covered up by Endelman, and I believe roughing will be called on Mason City. So for the final 35 seconds, your Junior Stars will be on the power play, try to tally another one for a more dominant win. Bliss's line is out there now. Wins it to Darrell. And Endelman will slide into that save with 31 seconds to go. Shots are currently 44-13 in favor of your Junior Stars. Darrell not able to pass the puck completely in the zone, so we will go back out to neutral. Picked up by Leo Miller, and he's just going to dump it in. Another penalty called on Mason City with 15 seconds to go. Starting to get a little chippy. Should be a good game tomorrow morning. Face off to the blocker side of Endelman. Went up to Darrell, moved over to Thomas. Thomas is going to go for a pass just wide by Landon Bliss. Bliss is going to have it at the half wall again, moves it up to Darrell. Darrell's going to shoot it, blocked down by Mason City defender as they're going to ice it, and that will do it for this game. Your Junior Stars dominant in the shot category and dominant on the scoreboard as they win 6-2 over the Mason City Mohawks. Final shots on goal are 44-13 in favor of your Junior Stars. We'll have a varsity warm-up, then an ice cut, and we'll be back for the varsity game.